How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Crypto Clout. We are, in fact, doing a Bitcoin giveaway on this channel. So if you are interested in having a chance to win zero point 0.1 Bitcoin, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, comment down below, including your Bitcoin wallet address, like this video, and remember to tell us what you think about this channel and the future of this content and what you think about Nucleus Vision in particular, because that's the subject of this video today. We are discussing NCASH. A massive paradigm shift is currently happening, and cryptocurrency is at the center of it. We're witnessing the rise of the Internet of Things. We're witnessing a consciousness of the public and a conversation that's currently happening in the public space regarding data that's really going to be interesting when it comes to a technology like Nucleus Vision, because Nucleus Vision is one of those cryptocurrencies that has my attention because they're focusing on the future of retail. And essentially, retail is one of those spaces that's indeed in need of an overhaul. You look at companies like Sears, you look at all these various different Walmarts, and they're losing business to Amazon because they haven't fully optimized their technologies and the way that they operate and so forth. So when it comes to Nucleus Vision and the fact that they're seeking to both leverage the consumer data, the fact that every single consumer has data advertising preferences on their phone, and they can essentially choose to give permission to use that data up to these various different corporate entities, which is already happening anyway, but essentially it gives a choice into the hands of the consumer, which is something that they really haven't had before. We're really indeed in need for a complete overhaul of the system because technology has been advancing so rapidly. It really needs time to catch up, and essentially something like Nucleus Vision could really boost the trajectory of the momentum that we've been seeing happening in the space of cryptocurrency in general. So if you're interested in cryptocurrency at all, Nucleus Vision is definitely one of those technologies that should at least be on your radar, respectively, when it comes to the various different developments that are happening. I'd recommend that you guys follow Nucleus Vision on their official Twitter. When it comes to Nucleus Vision, I'm very excited about the prospects that are in store for this technology. When you take into consideration the current paradigm and all the various different aspects of life that are not connected to the internet that will be connected to the internet, especially taking into consideration the Internet of Things, we really are at a perfect time for a technology like Nucleus Vision, who's positioning themselves in a key strategic way that's going to be playing a fundamental role as we continue to move forward in the context of cryptocurrency in general. When I look at all the different cryptocurrencies that are available on the this list right here, I always think to myself, what are these technologies going to do in the real world that's going to have an actual impact on the life of the people who are using these technologies? I like to think about cryptocurrency beyond the investing perspective and actually imagine how the world of tomorrow is going to look working in collaboration with these different technologies. And Nucleus Vision is certainly one of the most impressive cryptocurrencies to date that's come across my attention. I know Nucleus Vision has a lot of hype around it, around social media and so forth. There's a lot of people who talk about Nucleus Vision, and it almost seems as if it's overblown, but I actually think that Nucleus Vision deserves more attention than it's even getting up till this point, because it's seriously unprecedented to imagine all the various different levels of society that are able to be connecting the unconnected. Nucleus Vision, very exciting technology, and of course looking forward to all the different variables that are subject to change, especially just looking at how much of a impact the introduction of technologies like Bitcoin has had, something that's really seriously taking membership programs and data into this new paradigm like Nucleus Vision, has some serious real world application that is pretty much going to span across multiple different sectors of society. So when it comes to the current conversation that's happening about data, it is certainly very interesting to see how the public is becoming more conscious of the way that their data is being used. You could just take a look at what's going on right now with Facebook. They're having a massive PR problem because of the way that they've been treating data. So taking into consideration consideration the fact that now we're seeing this happening along the rise of these various different cryptocurrencies gaining traction. Very interesting to see the amount of attention that's going towards Nucleus Vision, especially the way that they've managed to position themselves, putting the consumer in the hands of their own, putting the consumer's data in their own hands and controlling what companies see their data. This is the type of thing that's going to be motivating future investors and so forth, because that's the way that the public consciousness is shifting. So it is very interesting to see the different variables that are coming together, and it's almost a perfect storm coming together for Nucleus Vision. In particular, looking at the current situation with the market cap being where it is right now at 330 billion, and all the various different fluctuations that we've been seeing. However, it is important to take into consideration those of us who've been involved with cryptocurrency for any amount of years. We remember last year and where we were, and in the context of even the year before that, cryptocurrency has made amazing leaps and bounds in a short amount of time. Just imagine if a space like the stock market was seeing this sort of trajectory, upward mobility and spikes and downs and all these various different things. It would be all over the news every single day. Even just one day in cryptocurrency would be record-breaking stock market numbers. So consider yourself lucky that you're so early in the game that you're actually paying attention to these technologies while they're in their infant stages. And I understand when you look at the various different cryptocurrencies, there is a very competitive atmosphere when you take into consideration that they're essentially competing for the future. But I think Nucleus Vision essentially, it not only has the community behind it, but it's also building in respect to the way that things are currently functioning. Seeing it at that number 128 position, I think that I'm very confident that Nucleus Vision has the potential to be a top 50 crypto as things continue to develop and move forward. And looking forward, Nucleus Vision is certainly one of those cryptocurrencies that's got the attention of a really strong community of people who understand the Internet of Things is going to be a massive paradigm shift for everyone involved. And essentially, the smartphone revolution was nothing compared to what we're about to witness in respect to all the various different household appliances that are going to be connected to the internet. And of course, the next paradigm that we're about to enter, where the public will be very much more conscious of their data. You can see this conversation is already starting in respect to what we can see happening involving the Facebook situation and the various different problems with data that have been arising in our society as we've continued to move forward. And the basically the majority of people are looking for a solution. And what better solution is there than putting a cryptocurrency in charge of everybody's data and allowing essentially everybody to choose what happens to their data instead of allowing it to be in the hands of these centralized companies that are going to market it off. Put it in the hands of a decentralized community that's built on trust, and things will move a lot smoother. And essentially, this is the dream, and I think this is essentially what we'll eventually be witnessing. And there really is a really interesting community that's been building around this vision for the future that we've been seeing and developing across multiple platforms. So of course it is interesting to see how Nucleus Vision has been expanding in respect to the current situation and dynamics of our society. As we see data conscious public really starting to rise, I look at the various different news articles regarding Nucleus Vision, and they seem overall positive. However, I do take the various news articles with a grain of salt because the news tends to be one-sided, and it is, but of course, it is interesting to see that the community's support for Nucleus Vision is really grown to a boiling point. So that's interesting to see as well. Nucleus Vision is definitely one of those technologies that has my attention, but of course, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Standard disclaimer, I'm not your dad. The whole purpose of me making this content is basically just to share my opinion regarding these technologies and so forth, and it's limited to just that. I'd actually like to hear your opinion as well, and in respect of hearing different people's opinions, we actually include our Twitter down in the description. We're going to be using this Twitter now, Crypto Clout, so if you guys are interested in sharing your opinion with us, you can tweet at us at Crypto Clout. Clout, one of multiple different Twitter handles that we've been running, various different ways that you can communicate with us in respect to expanding the basically the space and giving different platforms to content creators so that we can all stay aware of the various different developments that are happening within this very exciting space. And all that being said, you guys, I hope you've enjoyed this content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.